This is Biosearch, a Philadelphia testing laboratory. In my capacity as an investigator for People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, I worked undercover here as a lab technician. Biosearch performs tests for companies such as Revlon, Procter & Gamble, Menon, Colgate-Palmolive, and many other top names in the cosmetics and household products industry. While I worked at Biosearch, I documented over 100 violations of federal and state laws, including inadequate veterinary care, unalleviated pain, and routine mishandling of animals. The following scenes were filmed and photographed at Biosearch during February through June 1988. Products tested include American cyanamide pesticides, Sargent's flea sprays, Kenner toys, Lamar shampoos, Avon cosmetics, and many household and industrial cleaning products. Animals have these substances injected into them, poured into their eyes, applied to their skins, and even force-fed to them. When the tests cause severe injuries, they are often repeated in the hope of obtaining lower scores to help companies fight consumer lawsuits. However, even when the animals die, the products are still marketed. The next 4 rabbits have been used in the notorious Drey's eye test. Devised in 1944, this crude test involves dropping a substance into a rabbit's eye and, without treating the eye, observing the damage for 3 to 21 days. A Benetton men's cologne poured into this rabbit's eye has caused it to swell almost completely shut. This test, and others you are about to see, are not required by law. A piece of Revlon lipstick has been dropped into this rabbit's lower eyelid. His face is covered with lipstick as he has tried to dislodge the substance from his eye. This rabbit has had an insecticide poured into his eye. This facility provides no pain relief in any of the Drey studies. This rabbit has suffered severe swelling and discharge after a corrosive septic tank cleaner was poured into his eye. Technicians record the damage, then recycle the rabbit into other tests. These guinea pigs have had their fur shaved off so that a caustic chemical can be poured directly onto their skin. It has eaten through the skin, causing severe injury and deep sores. This footage was taken on day 10 of the test, after the animals had been dosed for the 5th time. When the test is over, the animals are gassed and their bodies discarded. In this test, guinea pigs have had a chemical solvent injected under their skin. After 48 hours, all the animals except one had the tape covering the test article unwrapped. The guinea pig in the right-hand corner was overlooked and has remained wrapped in surgical adhesive tape for 1 week, causing further skin damage. This rabbit was the subject of a skin irritation test for the Petrolite Corporation. A corrosive liquid has burned a hole into her flesh. This is an acute skin toxicity test. On a scale of 0 to 4, the test article has caused level 4E4 damage. 4E4 means severe irritation and injury that may have destroyed several layers of skin. I witnessed the animals scream when the substance was applied. This rabbit's back legs were partially paralyzed when a liquid insecticide was poured onto his shaved back. Insecticides now on the market can be absorbed through human skin and can cause neurological damage. An S.C. Johnson cleaning product, left on this rabbit's skin for 24 hours, has eaten a hole into his back. The injury was so severe that all of the animals used in this test were killed as soon as they were unwrapped. The test article contained oxalic acid, an ingredient which has been used for years and is already known to be corrosive. This rabbit was the subject of a study sponsored by Menon. Their deodorant caused such severe skin problems that the study was canceled on the 6th day of a planned 21-day study. All the animals lost weight due to stress and because the restraint collars were too long, preventing them from eating and drinking normally. These fully conscious hairless mice are being prepared for a L'Oreal sun poisoning study. The test articles, a cologne and a makeup, are applied to their backs. Masking tape is placed around their heads and they are taped face down to a vertical board. The vertical board is now placed in front of a high-intensity sun simulator for several hours. The first time this test was conducted, half the animals were killed by the intense heat. Inside this gas chamber, rats are forced to inhale toxic gases. They are confined to small cages on the chamber floor while a pesticide is pumped into the chamber continually for 4 hours. Typically, their lungs fill with fluid, causing them to drown slowly or to suffocate. It is not uncommon for all the animals to be found dead when the chamber is finally opened. This is an LD50 test. LD50 means the dose at which 50% of the animals die. The test has been used since 1927. These dead and dying rats were force-fed an insecticide at 10 a.m. Lab personnel left at 5 p.m. This footage was taken just before midnight, when the surviving rats had been convulsing for 14 hours. This test caused some of the animals to suffer rectal hemorrhaging. If all these animals die, the test will simply be repeated at a lower dose until only half die. Lab personnel nicknamed this young beagle Doomed and Dead Meat. She lived at Biosearch for 6 days before being killed in a short-term intravenous glucose study. An offer to adopt her was rejected, and here she is being killed on the necropsy table. This rabbit was used in a dermal toxicity test. The test article, an insecticide, was poured onto the rabbit's back, but some of the liquid ran down under the wrapping to the rabbit's stomach, causing large sores, severe scabbing, and infection. The rabbit received no medical treatment. Although the law prohibits unnecessary suffering, this animal, not yet the subject of any study, is ignored. Suffering from a bacterial infection, he walks in circles, unable to hold his head upright. In this condition, he is unlikely to be able to eat or drink. No one has put him out of his misery, and he has not received medical care. Animals often go for several days without water before someone notices that they are losing weight and discovers that the automatic watering system is broken. This rabbit is getting his first drink of water in 2 days. To try to disprove a consumer's complaint that her family became ill after using oil containing a dead rodent, Biosearch drowned mice by dropping them into a bottle of Mazola cooking oil. In this footage of a 1985 test, a kitten is convulsing after being saturated with a Hart's Mountain flea spray. This product was marketed and later implicated in the deaths of 46 dogs and cats. Due to the number of consumer complaints, the product was withdrawn from the market.
13830, female, group 2, approximately 2 hours post-dosing, 4th application, 1 hour after treatment with atropine.
When Cosmere was sued by a consumer claiming she had suffered an eye injury from their L'Oreal Home Permanent, Biosearch conducted an experiment in which a rabbit had his eye held open under running water for 2 hours. To fight damage claims, the company will also use low test scores obtained when the product was tested on rabbits in 1980. These 2 rabbits had a lotion applied to the inside of their ears over a period of several weeks. The rabbits were then killed and their ears cut off. The large volume of blood indicates that these rabbits were still alive when their ears were severed. Technicians frequently cut open animals while their hearts were still beating. This animal and dozens of others were found dead in their cages during the time I worked at Biosearch. In July 1988, I left Biosearch to present my findings to law enforcement authorities, the United States Congress, and to the public.